Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. It has been a minute. Like, how long has it actually been since October when I posted my last video? Actually, that was just Fan Festival, walking around. It wasn't like a normal video where I would like show you guys what I picked up or just like my thoughts on some comics. The last time I recorded a video sitting down here talking to you guys was like July, and it's December now. It has been a whirlwind. If you guys didn't know, I did have a baby in October, and he is 2 months old now, so it's just been super busy around here, just all hands on deck taking care of this baby the last 2 months. But right now he's asleep, and hopefully he stays asleep for at least until I finish recording this video. But I want to just start doing this a little bit more regularly, maybe not as frequent as I used to do, like every week. As you guys know, in that video in July, I did talk about like not doing a regular pull list. I transitioned all of my comic books to DCBS, so I'm still getting comics. I have a huge like 2 or 3 months worth of comics that I need to show you guys. But today I want to talk to you guys about Ninja Turtles, the trilogy, 4K by Arrow Video. There's also something loose in there, so hopefully it's okay. I also want to talk to you guys about like physical media or comic books and like leaving stuff in the wrapper. I also got this recently, another comic book movie. So this is kind of a sort of comic book hero sort of themed video. My wife and I started doing a Thanksgiving gift 2-3 years ago. So this is like the third year, and she got me this for Thanksgiving. It's the Superman Steelbook 4K. I really enjoyed this movie. So basically it's been sitting here for like almost a month unopened, and I do have also another stack of just comic books I've gotten this past year. Movies, 4Ks, Blu-Rays, and most of these are unopened, so I'm just gonna open these up as well. Do you guys keep stuff in wrappers for as long as possible? Do you open it up right away? Let me know what your guys' thoughts are on that. Like for me, I have noticed that I've been leaving a lot of my omnibus and hardcovers in the wrapper. A lot of them I do open up, like, you know, in a video or something, but I have like several that are just still wrapped up. I have several movies that are still wrapped up. And I don't know, I think I've always just kind of been that way with anything like electronics. The TV, I'll leave like little stickers on them. I feel like I'm just wanting to keep it new as possible for as long as possible. Just keeping it in the wrapper or some kind of sticker on it like preserves that, because I'm collecting these, of course, and like I want to be in good condition. Not that I'm gonna sell them or trying to get value out of them, but I just like things that look, feel new. Do you guys do that? Do you guys keep stuff in the wrapper? But I'm trying not to do that anymore. I want to just open these up. And also, that's the first reason. The second reason, I think, since starting this channel, I feel like I'm leaving them in here because I want to open them up on camera. And I think it's kind of stupid. Probably I should just go ahead and make a video about it or include it in one of my videos just to get it out of the way. But I feel like I'm just like, hey, maybe I could unbox this on camera, which I know a lot of you guys might want to see that. Some of you guys might not even care. So that's another reason. And I think the other reason, I guess it could be for collectability, value, you know, especially like a Steelbook or even like a box set where it has like a special slipcover or box that it comes in. You know, people like leave it in there, and sometimes like even grade movies, like they grade comic books. And there's movies that like, once something goes out of print, goes out of production, it starts to become worth a lot of money. Like for example, one example is like Dogma. The DVD was out of print for a long time, and it shot up to like, I don't know, like 60, 80, 100 plus for it. And now they're re-releasing it finally. I think Kevin Smith sorted out a bunch of stuff, but they're finally re-releasing it. And I don't know if that'll drive down the prices of the old ones, but you know, why would you get the old one when the new one is going to be better quality? I don't know. Maybe it'll still retain its value, but Just like comic books, like another example for a comic book would be like maybe the Man of Steel Volume 4 hardcover. Over the last year, it's gone up from like, I think brand new, they're $50. They were going up to like $100, $200 for just the Volume 4. Or if they were selling the whole set, it was like $200 plus. Anyway, I'm kind of rambling, but those are some of the reasons. Like I said, I'm not really gonna sell these. I don't foresee myself selling these. I'm not looking to do that. I want to watch these, and some of these have digital codes, so some of them expire. I want to go ahead and claim the codes on those before they expire. So anyway, let's go ahead and open up this Ninja Turtles and see what it looks like. I'll give you guys my thoughts on the box set, not necessarily the scans of the movies because I haven't watched them yet. I'm not sure when I'm going to get around to watching them, but I've seen each of the movies several times. I just think that this presentation is so good for the price too that I paid for it. I think it was listed for, I want to say like 70 on Arrow, and they ended up putting the box set with the regular art, the original art, for sale. I think it was like 50 something on Amazon, and that was a great deal for all three movies, 4K with all this extra stuff. I think it was a great deal. I did kind of have an interest in getting the other cover with the other like artwork, but I like the classic artwork. It's fine. If I wanted like that other artwork to like display, I could probably just like buy a poster or print it out somewhere and put it on the wall, but I think this is fine, especially for saving like, I think it was 10 or 15 bucks. That's worth it. The most important part is the movies. There's nothing else, I don't think, inside that's different, but correct me if I'm wrong. I think this was super nice. It's like kind of a like flat matte sort of paper, kind of like you would have like a menu almost from a restaurant, but it has a bunch of like, you know, production stuff, which is super good. Each of the movies has their own like little poster with like, I think the original movie poster and then some other poster with the artwork for this, I think it is, on the other side. At least that's one on 3. And with 2, is it the same thing? Yeah, with 2 it's also the same thing. It's like kind of a newer artwork. I don't know if they use this on previous releases. I have like just a regular like set of the 3. Doesn't really have anything except for discs on Blu-ray. So I don't know if previous like box sets of this had it. But yeah, it's kind of like the newer artwork for this set for each of the movies, but then it also has the original poster on the other side. So I thought that was cool having like the different options. Yeah, I will probably display one of these. And what was shaking inside the thing wasn't the discs. It was like all this extra stuff that was just stuffed into each of the cases. That's oh, it's such a good set. Such a good set. I think it looks like the one for part 1 is a little bit bigger than the other ones. So you see, I'll fold it up. It's a little bit bigger. And I actually like this one because it has the first movie poster in the front in a bigger size. And also it's kind of like a different paper. It's like kind of more matte paper stock. This is like a little bit more like reflective, shiny. But you can see kind of like more flat, but they don't have an alternate thing for the first movie. What they have is the artwork from, I think it's what do they call them? They call them kappa, like a demon, like they were foretold to arrive and like defeat the daimyo, I guess. But this, I'll probably display this. This is super nice. What size is this? This is like 18 by 24, 13 by 19. I can't really tell just by looking, but it's a pretty big size poster. I really like this. Like, I will display this. Just a few thoughts on the movie. I like all 3 movies. In fact, when I was growing up, my favorite was the second one. It was just more like, it was more fun. I used to practice jumping off the couch in the poses that they had when they jumped down the stairs to save Kino in the beginning. I thought that was really cool. But even as an adult, I think a lot of people, they say this. They say, I hear this in almost every like review or like mention of the movies on a post, comment, video, feed somewhere. They're like, the first movie's good, the other 2 are crap, or it's worth it for the first movie for this DVD set, or just talking about the movies in general. You know, the first movie's great and all the other movies are crap. Like, I understand they made the second one more for kids, kind of took away what was special about the first movie. And the third one, a lot of people say just flat out stinks. I don't feel that way. I'm a huge Turtles fan. Going back to these movies, the 87 show, the 03 show, I've been watching that lately. And some of the newer shows as well, newer movies. I've watched the Bay movies, the newer Mutant Mayhem movie. I don't mind the second and third movie. I love the second movie. The third movie is also kind of fun. I feel like the third movie, you know, the costumes were goofy. The premise was more like sci-fi and kind of out there, traveling back in time. But I felt like it had a little bit of heart, like that. I think each of the movies had something like that kind of pulled at their heartstrings, and I'll talk about those here. In the first movie, it was obviously like Raph being, you know, defeated, the whole team being defeated, you know, everyone worrying about Raph, Leo worrying about Raph, and the deleted scenes where like Mikey is just more like torn down from losing Splinter, that wasn't shown in the movie. You know, he was supposedly the one that was on the roof yelling, but they changed it to Raph. Each of the Turtles in the first movie, besides Michelangelo, had like a nice like moment where it was like kind of deep a little bit, you know, just pulling at the heartstrings, having a conflict that they had to overcome. Second movie, I think so too. They're trying to remember what was. I feel like Donatello had a moment in that movie where he was like, you know, why do we exist? And when they brought back the professor, he was like in conflict. They didn't really dive too deep into it. They just kind of like just had that one moment, I think, and they didn't really come back to it. Correct me if I'm wrong. I'm trying to recall off the top of my head. And then the third movie, I think, you know, they were trying to find purpose. Like, I think it was Mikey and Raph were both trying to find purpose in the past. And, you know, I think they wanted to stay. You know, like Raph made friends with the kids, Michelangelo made friends with the woman, and they felt like they had a purpose there. Whereas I don't know if they were having really any hard times or just, you know, bored in the present. It was kind of like, hey, this is real. We helped out. You know, they like us here. They welcome us to here, but they don't belong there. So I feel like that was really good. People just kind of say it's just a big mess, but I enjoyed all three movies. Anyway, that's my thoughts on the Turtles movies. Let's go ahead and just unbox the rest of this stuff. This one, I have not seen this before, or maybe I've seen snippets of it back in the day, but I haven't seen this one. It's supposed to be kind of like funny, goofy, maybe corny, just from the times. But it's also John Carpenter, so hopefully it's pretty good. I also wanted to mention, you notice a lot of these are Steelbooks, and that can get kind of pricey when you're talking about buying movies. You know, especially people who buy movies. A lot of people want to have like a lot of movies, a lot of TV shows, and it gets pricey when you buy them all in like Steelbook or like some kind of special box set. But I don't really buy a lot of different titles. A lot of these movies are some of my favorite movies, like Escape from New York, Superman, Turtles, some of my favorite comic book characters, Terminator. So these I think are worth it to get. I still buy regular, like, you know, just regular discs without a slipcover or without a steelbook. But when it comes to some of my favorite movies, I just get like the best version they have. You know, so just because I mean, you know, I just want to get the best version of it. Like, for example, I bought Jason Bourne, just a regular used copy from Half Price Books. A couple of these here are actually used copies that I'll show you soon as well. So don't get like Steelbook or like special box sets all the time. Just like comic books, I like to get good deals as well, and some stuff I also like to get really good copies. This one I haven't seen, but it's supposed to be pretty good. It's supposed to be just like a copy of Seven Samurai. It's kind of set more Western setting. I do have Seven Samurai and Arrow Video. It's a really good movie. It's really long. Probably not for everyone, like modern everyday watchers. It's more for probably like someone who's into that kind of genre, that kind of theme. This is really nice. I feel like they could save money and make it cheaper if they don't include the Blu-ray version, but at the same time, I don't mind having both copies in case I want to just play it on a different system, different room, because I have a couple. I use only like PlayStation to play it. I don't really have a dedicated 4K or Blu-ray player just yet. This one is not new, but it's a, like, I don't know if this is a normal US copy. Got this from eBay a while back. It's a steelbook. It's the trilogy of Ong Bak, and we just watched this. I just opened this like today and just watched the first one, and supposedly it's different than the US release because there's a different like ending with one of the main characters in the first movie. There's Ong Bak 1, 2, and 3. So this one, like I said, I think it's used, but it looks like it's in pretty good like new quality, no scratches or anything. When I watched the first one on my PS5, it worked perfectly fine. But yeah, I don't know if it's a special like Thai version or overseas version, because the ending is different than what was released originally in the US for the first movie. And then, like I said, these are just used movies that I haven't really opened. This is from Movie Trading Company here in DFW area. They have like a huge selection of used movies. Not always at the greatest prices, but some things are pretty good. Like this was $5.99. That's definitely worth it. For this, I mean, I don't know where else you would get this copy. Maybe eBay. Would it be like just as cheap? Maybe find it somewhere else. Be hard to find. Maybe it's as cheap, but maybe hard to find. This is the Protector 2. I haven't seen Protector 2, just seen Protector 1. And I haven't seen Unbox 2 and 3, so looking forward to watching these. It's just a regular Blu-ray. Alright guys, that's pretty much it for this video. What did you guys think of the Turtles box set? What did you guys think of any of the other movies that I opened up? Put your thoughts down in the comments below. Like I mentioned in the beginning, I have not opened up 4 months worth of DCBS orders, and then I have one for December coming in like a day or two. So I'm gonna do all that in one video, just unbox everything. You know, I just didn't have time to spend an hour or more like opening up boxes for a video. Just been kind of hectic around here, but glad I was able to find some time today. My son is just kind of relaxed and sleeping right now. We have been trying out a few different things, and he's doing pretty good, so fingers crossed. Anyway, if you guys are interested in more comic book content, like hauls, reviews, unboxings, comic store walkthroughs, conventions, all sorts of things, and some physical media stuff as well, subscribe to this channel. Catch you guys in the next one. Peace. One thing I forgot to mention about the Turtles, you know, disregard some of those comments that you do see about like which version's best, this or that. A lot of people are like 87 or nothing, original movie, and the rest of them suck. Then someone chimes in and says, well, they all started out as a comic book, and of course, yeah, like I'm a huge fan of the comic books. But I wanted to just say though, if you guys remember from one of my last videos, Fan Festival, I think it was, where they had like a whole bunch of the Turtles people. They had a fest, like a Turtle Fest, and they drew tickets to win some stuff, and they had a panel. Just being on that vibe, and also last year meeting Kevin Eastman, I feel like Turtles fans, and I want to say this, true Turtles fans are some of the best fandom, I think, in all of comic books. I see a lot of comments, and I hate a lot of these comments that come through about arguing about which Turtles are this or that. The people who show up, who, you know, show up to the conventions and, you know, collect all the Turtle stuff. There's, you know, some of these really good Turtle channels on YouTube, really good fandom, and I think a lot of people who are into Turtles watch and collect more than one iteration of Turtles. So I just wanted to call that out. You know, there's a lot of good Turtle fans out there, and I hope I'm one of those fans trying to, you know, read more and consume more Turtles. Anyway, that's pretty much it.